Okay. Today is November 26th, a couple of days before the Thanksgiving holiday. All right, today we have a 10 o'clock news driver coming out in FOMC notes coming out at 2 p.m. today. So I doubt I'll be around for the 2 p.m. session, aiming for the 10 a.m. reversal. That's if we do get reversal, could be expansion to previous day highs. That's what I'm looking for. And then tomorrow we have some unemployment claims coming out at 8:30. And another news driver here. Oh, I'm sorry, today's Tuesday. Yeah, so yeah, it's 10 o'clock anyways. Uh, so let's look out with the charts, see what we got going on. Got a few minutes up to the open. I love how I got the 15.5 one here. 15 is probably more important than the 5, but right now we'll just keep them all open. All right, let's look at this. I think it's this one here. Haven't done any pre-recordings in a while. But this is what we have on the dollar. Dollar just went crazy over the past couple of weeks, taking out these highs, just going higher. So when dollar's going higher, that's where it's on, and our indexes should also follow pursuit, but in the opposite direction. Dow is hitting new all-time highs consistently here, here, and then yesterday. So appears that we have a few Six Sisters. That's if this will be Six Sisters, but I have my doubts that it will be Six Sister. Right. It could be a draw on liquidity here, and then we can see some down movement on Dow. But let's go out to the weekly chart. So we're still inside the week from that previous drop down um, after the presidential election. Still inside the week. Previous week high is a possibility. Looking at these highs up here, I do like how we respect this bullish order block here. Boom. Also optical trade entry of this week here. So one could claim that, or one could declare this to be bullish after taking out the all-time high here, still going up higher. So that is a possibility. Just put that on so there's no set there. All right. Daily looking at yesterday went down to 50% of Friday's range and closed above Friday's range here. And today opened up, dipped down, took out previous day lows, and now we're moving up. So I believe that this constant encroachment here, as well as this high here, is our targets for today. And I do believe I have them, yeah, have them here as well. So let's make sure we sync this globally. Oh, we could keep them in a layout, but sync that globally. So with that being the case, I'm bullish. We are in, this was optical trade entry here. Optical trade entry again. We can make this sync that globally. Although, yeah, this is the hourly. Here we are. This is optical trader entry of this range here. Excuse me, of this range here. This is optical trade entry. And small little fair value gap that we ran into. But we had a nice reversal here in the lower time frame to Friday's low here. Um, and I do believe 50% is here as well. So let's sync this globally as well. hmm 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 50%, see, that's there. Optical trade entry. So we're in a premium. So when we're in premium, we should be looking for shorts. That was the opportunity yesterday. Even though we took out previous day lows yesterday during like the Asia session, I mean, this could mean we could be moving up higher. So I would like to see, I would like to think that we will be bullish for today. Um, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Have a small little fair value gap here, new day opening gap, as well as what we have right here as well. It's a new day opening gap. Um, so like how we tagged in that, and we're still above it. But looking at Dow, how we take out these highs here, smaller retracement on the lower time frame, and move up higher. One, two, three, four. This could be five kind of run up higher. So I like to be bullish on the day. But again, we're still stuck within previous day's range. Um, the good news is that we took out the previous day's low range. So anyways, moving over to the 4 hour. Zoo, look at those lows. Woo, 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 woo. All right, so we can get rid of this here, and we can turn this on. We can also turn this on as well. This is our, identifying our London session. Although it's not even showing. I don't know why it's not showing, but whatever. That's fine. Haven't used that as a target, previous London lows, London session lows. No, that I haven't used that as a target as of late. All right, so 4 hour, we are bullish on the 4 hour. Um, this is previous day range here, 6 p.m. yesterday, coming down to that new day opening gap here, and now we're moving up. So the question I like to propose is, where are we coming from to determine where are we going? I don't see any like bullish order blocks here that we can measure to get that projection going up higher. We do have this bullish order block here. This is from Friday 2 a.m. session. So that was during the London session, right? End of Asia, start of London session. And we came down into a few times after, this year. Came down to good bunch of times, bunch of times, bunch of times, and just catapulted, went up higher. So I'm not really interested in looking at this as a bullish order block to measure up higher. Mm, possibly this one here. That's if we can close above this, which I do believe we will have the ability to do. So if this does hold to be true, I'll just keep that there. We will have these, terminus up here, which will take out these highs here, as well as we have here our smart money reversal and retracement levels here. So I'll keep that there on the 4 hour. But we are still within this week opening gap, and we have a new day opening gap. This was from today that we are above. So we'll go down to a lower time frame and see if we could get a reversal coming down here. 10 o'clock reversal, move us up higher, but that'll be the majority of this 4 hour wick here. I wouldn't want to see that transpire. We also have this from this high here, run up, kind of to this low here. Um, we also, and let's look at our skinny. See, that's optical trade entry is where we are right now. So that's kind of close to where we are on this range here. So we'll see what happens, what transpires above here. We could get a reversal, or we could get a retracement to this new week opening gap here, then continue to move up higher. Again, I don't want to think that we would come all the way down here to this bearish bull shorter block here, but again, that is a possibility. So I'll just keep that junk up there on the 4 hour. We'll expand that, make that larger um, when we need to. All right, so again, new day opening gap here. Um, as far as these highs over here that I'm looking at this one here. This is also a valid high here. Let me just put him out there. And what time is this? So this would be a London high. This would be a previous New York session lunch high. So this is valid. I would think that globally. All right, so asking the question, where are we coming from? I like how, Just looks like a start of a market maker model here on the hourly. Look how we came down to here. It's still in premium of this range here. And we have one, two, three, four. This could be a five candle run up here. If this in fact will be a five candle run, then my expectation is C will be the swing low here be nicked, possibly this bullish for the block here, and then a run up higher. This here is from the 15 minute, and I don't want to see all of this here on the hourly, so we don't want to sync this globally. All right, so that's better. So I like the hourly more than the 4 hour. I like how we have a market maker model on the hourly forming. This could very well be stage one, stage two, and then we could see a great push up higher. So there's a possibility that we could see a retracement to a premium, rather a discount on the lower time frame. Optical trade entry, bullish shorter block, get an inverse fair value gap coming out of that retracement, an inverse, a bullish inverse fair value gap coming out of that retracement, and move up higher. We do have this bearish shorter block that we could be fighting into. So we'll see how price responds to that. Constant caution on the daily. We are about 50 points away from that. Then we have this high here, almost over 100 points. So going light will be the right thing to do. Breakaway gaps, my favorite. We don't have any breakaway gaps, given that we tapped into this here. Not that we have any here. So, you know, I once was experimenting with these wicks here, and boom, for standard deviation will take us right there. So it could go there. We see a retracement for many reasons, not so much because of the standard deviation here. But let's look at this last bullish order block here, though I would rather want to take this entire one here. This on the hourly, so 22.5 retracement level. I don't want to sync this globally. I do want to see this here though. 22.5 here, and then we also have for standard. So I like how we went to 1.5, and had that smaller retracement. First, you got that market structure shift here, expansion above it, tapped into it, move up higher. So four is here as well, and I do believe we could very well blow right through this, right? So we'll see. Breathing's good, everything's good. And this here will take us way, 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 way up higher. So I think that's a bit egregious for this market maker model at this point in time. Uh, so not interested in looking at that. We could also look at this one here. All right, see 2.5 lines up here, four there. So I'm not really interested in that one. Market opens up in 18 minutes. All right, so let's see here. Chillax. Let's not sync that globally. So given that we're on the hourly, then the next thing to do would be to look at the five. So here we are, the five. Excuse me. All right, so this is where we are on the five. We have this huge fair value gap here that we're trying to work inside of. Also have a nice. This was the inverse fair value gap from yesterday that we witnessed real time. We didn't execute on it, but you know, this is where we could very well be reaching, be targeting. So not so much looking for an entry here right now, given that we have a few more minutes until the open. Uh, but measuring this one here, this is where forced standard deviation will take us. I like how we had a one, two, three, four, five candle run up here, consolidated, dipped into this fair gap here. This is one standard deviation on the 15 minute of a bearish order block and retrace down to it. So that was this retracement and moving up nicely. So All that there is bullish, and yeah, that looks bullish. So next draws and liquidity again, would be up here, possibly this constant cross from here, but we would need to just have confirmation of like a inverse fair value gap, right? Possibly a accumulation, manipulation, inverse fair gap distribution. Also, we want to align that with like this bearish order block right here or bullish order block right here. We don't have any breakaway gaps that we can measure up there. So, so that's that. Uh, so I want to measure this here, and I just want to sync, no sync. So I'll keep that there as a possibility of where we can go into. But we may very well blow right through that before we get a reversal set up. I want to stay bullish, so we could see a retracement into whatever range that will be formed here, and then we can take that and go up higher. So that would be three more of these 5 minute candles. So we could have one candle up here, and then two, and very well three. And this is where we would enter, then move up higher. That's a possibility. But all in all, I'm bullish. So let's go back to the 15. So we have a small little breakaway gap here on the 15. So it'll be from here to here, right? But I really am not too excited about this one, given that you see how we had this inverse fair value gap right here. That's a nice one. That's a really nice one. And then some would measure this as a manipulation leg down here. Boom, that actually looks very nice. This may be what we may want to look for. I like how that all lines up. So, I mean, if this is going to be true, then the bottom line is that we're going to be bullish. And this is way than a more than enough points that we need to arrange to get, those 50 points that we seek to get and be done for the day. Yep. So again, retracement could very well come down to this new day opening gap here, right? Before I turn that on, here it is here. I don't know why it's not where. Oh, okay, probably because it's on the 4 hour. So London, Asia, session high here. That's been all taken out. London low has been taken. Well, Asia low is from here, right? So all that's been taken out. But the midnight opens here, New York open tier. So New York opens above midnight open and we're in a premium. So one would say that would be delicious for a short position, which is cool, right? So running up here, getting a short position. But I wouldn't mind riding this up there into this area here. Uh 15, 25 points, build up a cushion, and then be aggressive on the reversal to the downside. So stage one, stage two, run on boom, and then we will want to align this with our quarterly theory, which we'll put on the 1 minute time frame over here once we get over there. So yeah, that's how we're looking. That's how we rocking. This is at 15, probably the same thing as what we witnessed on the 5. So cool. For us to get a reversal, again, we would have to look at this here as a 15-minute change of state delivery, and then that breakaway gap down there. All right, so the setup starts on the lower time frame, and it's almost like a Adams. I think it's called Adams ladder. Adams. My fingers are cold right now. What is this? Toy. Hang up toy with ladder. This here. Here it is. Jacob's ladder. Yeah, Jacob's ladder. So it starts on the one, then it moves to the 5 and 15 and hourly time frames. Possibly 1 5 hourly, possibly 1 15, that's how it works. So bottom line is like knowing where to look. See how we just came right to this optical trend entry point on the higher time frame where we were yesterday, and now we see a retracement. So this could be retracement number two. Um, and look how we go right up to 2.5 on the hourly, right? And we also have this bullish order block here, right? So this is coming right as we enter into, we want to see like a 5 minute change of state delivery. So we have to have a close below here. Um, no breakaway gaps on the one here just yet. So given that this is acting accordingly, I'm going to sync this globally. And this is kind of confirmation on the hourly. We are going into new hourly in the next 30 minutes. But again, this might just be a retracement, right? Stage one, stage two. I do believe we can reach up higher, so we'll see. Hope this isn't distracting on the. I wonder if there's a way I can. Uh, yeah, we take that off of there, and then what these want to be better about is my quarterly theory stuff, anticipating these moves here. So we could see some more manipulation in Q2 and at Q3 or retracement higher. I don't know, but we'll see. So again, this is at 2.5 on the 5 here, lining up with optical trend entry. To short here, I really don't know where we would take this to, but we decided that this would be a right here is where we would enter in for a long position. That kind of lines up with this 15-minute bullish order block here, right? So 2.5 minutes left. This would be bullish on the 5 minute, bearish on the 5 minute, as well as obviously on the 1 minute too, this opening. But it starts here, right? See where this takes us. I want to see what happens here. Wow, close below here would be a 15-minute change instead of delivery, which then we're going lower. That's the case. Most we might see would be a manipulation in Q2 into this range here. For how many minutes is this? Like 21 minutes. It's another 15-minute run up, come down. So we'll see. What took place here on the 1 minute that would get us into a short position? Other than that, I mean, kind of have like a market maker model right here, right? Stage one, kind of like stage two here, run up. So we'll see. 5 minutes left. I'm gonna mark this here as like a 15-minute low. This is one of the things that I wanted to be better about, identifying, things on the other time frames instead of just being focused on one time frame. Uh, so put target 15. Okay. And where's our midnight open at? Here's a New York open. This took place at 8:30. So this is off obviously because we had that whole time New York Times savings thing. So this needs to be 5. Right. Boom. So check that out. Boom. So I was correct on that. I wasn't able to capitalize on it. We do have a 5-minute change state delivery here. As well as an inverse fair value gap. So let me copy this. Oh, really? American New York Times? Oh, so they do that there for you already? That's good. Let's make this larger. The old me right now will be looking to try to get into this move here. But here, let's go outside our time frame. We're better than that, right? Okay. So this here does not include. True midnight. So yeah, so I mean I like the update on it, but it's supposed to be 8:30. 8:30 to 8:30. Yeah, there we go. Make that black. New York open. I don't need that. We'll call this midnight open. Midnight open. Alright. Okay, so let's say that there. And midnight open. It's at 12. New York open isn't visible. Oh, we'll put him down to 1 minute. Alright, so I don't know, but we'll come back and play around with this later. Alright, let's go back to the one. That was a huge drop there. Wasn't anticipating that, but good call on the hourly. I mean, I was practically perfect. I was as well as without the trade entry. So nicely done there. Put him on there, and then we want our new week open gap. See, back to where we anticipated going back to. And I wanted to see a possibility of coming down to this low down here. This is a good target. Sell side liquidity here. No, sync that globally, please. Did we get what we wanted to look for on the kind of like optical trade entry there? Not much on the hourly. All right, so that played out well on the 5, coming down to this New York Open. Um, so we have a minute left to the Open. So again, the idea was that we would run into this here, see this as manipulation, optical trade entry into this range here. We have 8 seconds left before this officially closes, becomes a 15-minute change instead of delivery. There it is. So it's officially closed. So we can now take this here. And looking at these lows on here, 22.5 is down here with these lows on here. So I'll just mark this out as a possible low that we can go to. Try to aim for that lowest low there. Then we also have Asia lows there as well. So boom, okay. All right, so this here, get rid of this. This here, get rid of that. And then run from here to here. Oh no, not that one. We want this one here. What? Here it is, auto trade entry. But given that we just opened up, I wouldn't want to like try to bank shot this. I would rather see a clear distinction that this was a entry for us. Take that off there. So yeah. So I thought that would have been a 15-minute change instead of delivery, but apparently not. And I was right about this being retracement or at point of retracement. Bottom line is hands sit on their hands. Market's moving pretty radically right now. But again, I would like to see this constant approach from here be taken, as well as New York Open here be taken as well. So this is pretty aggressive. I like this. If we can close above here, this could be a possible change in state of delivery or an inverse for value gap that we could take. Almost came down to New York Open low down here, these lows on here. So I like how they updated the time zone on that. That's good. That's really good. But is this one the same as well? See time frame, time zone. Yeah, so this is the old, that's the old one. So we'll figure that out later. This here could be a 15-minute change instead of delivery. There's so many of them, right? It's ridiculous. All right, couple of minutes left. Our first presented fair value gap. We don't have one. This is one right here. It's extremely tiny. We still got those highs here on the 1 minute. Optical trade entry is not the entry here, so we do have a drawn liquidity. We took that out quite some time ago. No long wick on the 15. This is from yesterday. So we'll see what we get here. All right, I'll be back. I gotta blow my nose. All right, so we have a first check. We have an inverse fair value gap on the 5. Right, so the question is this where we want to enter it for long on a higher time frame? Right, so this here, right here, measure this out here. And I don't like to use this as like, I'm gonna get rid of this because we used that up already. This is a potential fair value gap here that we're working inside of, here to here, pretty low in there. So if that were to come down in there, we want to see something happen down here that would tell us to go in on that, possibly on the 15-second as well. See that little 5 minute or 15-second bearish order block, bullish order block, excuse me. And then we can also do our retracements going into that. And we take this here to here, and to 2.5 here. This will be like a nice little retracement level. Doesn't match up perfectly. You know, we try to go for perfection. Let's see. But that does line up with that low there, so that is one thing that we got going for us. 1.5, 2. Oh, we got rid of the optical trade. No, it's right here. This is where the optical trade entry is right here. So that's on the one. Uh, keep him there. I don't want to sync this globally. No sync. So let's see what that gets us. No sync. This here, we didn't even go down to one yet, so I'm not gonna see. I like how the bodies are respecting here. Okay, came down with that wick. Boom. Almost came down to that fair value gap. Been a really tight entry. But we came right down to that new weak opening gap and then got that reversal. So that was nice. Not entirely sure like what I see here as an entry. Maybe bullish order block right here. So if we were to enter in here, where would our, if we were to go along here, 15 points, put us right here, that's where we get stopped out at. Right, then the clean, model 2022, the clean unicorn setups, the clean, all right, I'm just gonna wait for time to show something, to get me something into this trade. All of that doesn't exist right now. Inverse fair value gaps doesn't exist right now. So that wouldn't be a valid entry. So just looking at the risk to reward here, wouldn't make that a valid entry, right? I'd say 200 ticks, put it as 50 points. See, stopped out, and we try to do it again, and try to do it again, and keep pounding and pounding and pounding, and then we get ourselves in, excuse me, into some trouble, and yeah. So this here is just holding pretty well. Still no 1 minute first presented fair value gap hasn't been presented. Here we do have a fair value gap, inverse fair value gap, as well as fair value gap, lining up pretty nicely. High, low, higher, high. We'd have to come down here, run back into this fair value gap here. And well, this won't be a fair value gap anymore. Neither would this. For that to be a bearish order block. So I'll just put my optical trade entry thing here. Um, this won't be short-lived, so I do like how 170 deviation lines up with right here though, right? See if we can come down here. That'll be the only valid entry that I would consider taking. Maybe we can get that in the macro session within Q3. But just buying up here, it can very well continue moving up higher, but that really isn't my method of trading. Still in this 4 hour, we have 18 minutes left, so we could get a wick down into a discount area and move up higher for that to transpire. So looking at this here, we did go to 1.5, got to retrace one lower time frame. Could very well move up higher on the 4 hour, but 4 hour, we use that for directional buys. It's still bullish in that instance, so we'll see. All right, so now we're coming down into this. So if we were to enter in long here, we would want to get out here. This is 13 points. I don't know why this isn't 100 ticks, bro. And say this as one and the only one we have. Say, nah, man. Don't want. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Boom, right there. So ST says answer it exactly when you get into this fair value gap here. So this would be where we want to enter in right now. Um, and it could be that we might not get our entry down here in this discount. Next thing we have to look for could be a 1 minute change of state delivery. Um, but again, we have that 10 o'clock coming out in like 15 minutes. So I mean, it's like best to wait, I believe. All right, so that looks promising. If we were to enter in up here, where would we get out at? Right here at the low of this bearish order block here. That's 30 points. That's way too much for me. Okay, here, help me out here, please. Help me out here. There we go. Though 13 points isn't what we're looking for. It should be like 15 points. That's fine. Although I would be comfortable with 25 points. That'll be one, two. Nah, I'm good with that. So yeah, so we have a new driver coming out at 10. All right. So if we take off, go to the moon, that's fine. I'll just come back another day. Yeah, I'll just come back another day. So that's what looking at right now. This would be entry as well as on here would be an entry for me. Um, ideally this would work, but given that we have that new driver coming out, they're probably trying to keep price kind of tight. Uh, so we'll see. All right, tell me what else? What else should we be looking for? I mean, we did measure this here, right? We did measure this here. 2.5 is here. 4 is up here. Nicely done. So again, if we were to enter in here, 25 points will put us down here, right? All right, so here we have Q3 expansion. New driver could come out, come down, hit one of these or a clear, whatchamacallit, and that can just take us up, take us higher. So I like this. So guess what? No positions have been taken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see which one it goes to before it moves up higher. We hit constant encroachment on the daily already. Yeah, that's what that is right there. Nice. Good observation. Good call. All right, so this was a nice little retracement into where. All right, let's figure out exactly what this was. I believe this was optical trade entry on the 15-second. No, 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 we want this one. Boom. How about those apples? So that's still bullish. I like how we have this 15-minute almost change of state delivery here. That's nice. So it's like, all right, well, I want to get my feet. I want to test the water, so to speak. To do that, you can go with one macro or one mini, right, to test your feet. That's how that would work. How about here? No, this was perfectly entry for me to buy. All right, I like how we have expansion above here. Let's see if we can continue taking that up higher. This is a bullish short black, which you could very well come down to. That's a 5 minute change to delivery. Breakaway gaps. Optical trade entry holding on the 15. 24 hour looking good.